Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is the Bauer Supreme Ultrasonic Catching Glove initial review, snapshot review, and comparison to the Supreme 2S Pro that it replaces. This video will not feature the 2X Pro. I think I said 2S Pro. Will not feature the 2X Pro. That will be in a different video where I compare the Vapor Glove with the Supreme Catcher. I have videos of all of this set either out or coming out, comparing it to the Vapor and Supreme, and from the 2S Pro to the Ultrasonic. To begin, off the get-go, I think this glove looks like the least changed thing on the entire in the set. With that said, there's a bunch of changes here, and they feel kind of pretty different for me. I guess I'll just jump right into it right away. The cuff is different, so you should be able to see where the the sewn lines are. These ones were much smaller on the 2S Pro. You can see right there, so you have a bigger gap up here. This one is much more spread out, so it's higher at the top. That was the first kind of eye thing. The other thing is that I don't know if the angle's different, but the angle feels different on the Supreme, the Ultrasonic, than it does on the 2S Pro. The biggest difference to me, though, is, actually let me close this just so it makes it a little more even, is right on basically this piece right here. And this is where I really noticed it, is when you wear this, the Ultrasonic glove feels like it sits off, like you sit off of the cuff more, so there's more padding there, and it kind of changes the angle of how your wrist holds onto the glove. To me, when I put this on, that's a big change, and it feels different than this one. I think it feels better. I feel like the glove feels more natural in that sense, but this one closes better. I think this one's more beefed up than this one is. Obviously, I'm not wearing these and not taking them on the ice, so this is just my impressions of seeing the gear and and the features. I don't have a spec sheet, so I can't tell you what pieces of stuff is where, but that does definitely seem like it's more off the cuff than this one, so it feels different in that regards. Besides that, and besides this one being a little bit stiffer, I didn't notice a huge difference in terms of like the actual glove construction. The other thing that you will notice is they are using different nylons. It's like the same thing, but just a different design on it. But it's this backhand cuff protection. So CCM added like a molded foam, and Bauer, Bauer already had it with the Vapor, but Bauer has it on Supreme now. It used to be this, this was called like Supreme, I think Supreme Armor or Vent Armor or something. So this is gone now. I think it might have been the same, honestly, material or type material, it's just a different design. That's gone. It's now this molded piece. So, I mean, that's pretty big. What's the other big change? It's not there anymore either. It's just nylon. But that's it. So I guess just to show you a quick comparison, this is a Supreme 2S Pro. Now this has been in the store since it came out, so it's pretty broken in. It feels broken out of the box. That's a closure. So this one is a bit stiffer. Again, this one literally came off a truck today. So closure to me, it feels more natural, but it's stiffer to do. So I'm not sure if that's padding or just not broken in as much. But the break, like I don't know if they changed what they changed or if they did. It just feels like it closes a bit, not easier, but more natural on my hand, and it feels like you have to close it less of a, like you close your hand less of a difference to actually close it. Where that one at the end, it kind of feels like you really have to pull tight towards the end of the motion. This one doesn't. It feels all kind of one movement. So yeah, I don't know if that is a big change at all, or if it's just me noticing something. So we'll open this up, but to be honest, these are pretty similar. The one thing that Bauer did really, really well on this entire line is on the Ultrasonic line is just the quality of materials. I don't think anyone beats Bauer right now in this, including Brian's, including Vaughn. I think Bauer's the best at it. The one thing I really like, their straps. It's really nice finish and like looped over with the Gen Pro. The problem is this keeps getting caught up every time I try to pull it out. So this should have been like sewn down one more way. CCM has, I think, better like tips on their straps. So CCM, I'd give the straps to them. I kind of wish it was this rubber piece right there right here instead, because this one, like I said, does get in the way when I pull it off, so it's not quite as nice. The interior here, the materials they use are slightly different, because Bauer, this used to be 37.5. I think it's labeled somewhere there. 37.5. So Bauer doesn't have 37.5 anymore. It's a specific company. You'd have to license it. It's kind of expensive. It was one of the things that kind of went with their, I think with the restructuring. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Bauer now has their, we'll open up the Vapor, their thermocore design stuff. So Bauer now has their thermocore design stuff, and it's not labeled here anywhere, which is weird, but I'm pretty sure that's a similar material what they're using here. Very soft to the touch. I love the sublime details they did on it. You'll see it on the blocker, you'll see it on the pads. Gives it a very unique feel. I think it looks great. They also have like their abrasion zones, which was labeled on the Vapor glove. So that's like where a Velcro area might come in contact with. So opening it up, you can see you have your everything, like your spandex. All this is spandex and unbelievably comfortable. I've never felt a more comfortable glove out of the box. And the kind of sad thing is, this, whatever this Nash is, one, I really love this piece. It's nice and padded, super comfortable in the hand. Your hand fits nice and snug here. This is also much thicker than the old one, so it feels more comfortable in my opinion when you're putting your hand in. This is like such a soft Nash. And I mentioned that on the blocker. It's so comfortable, most comfortable like I've ever felt in a glove. I ordered it with Sure Grip because when my hand gets wet, I get Sure Grip. So I did this. So I don't have my glove type set yet, but that is like the material on what. This is super comfy, but it's not what I ordered. So yeah, you have it. This is an interesting design too that I never noticed until this one, where it's also on the Vapor and it's on this, where it has like this whole strap is all the way across into your thumb and it's super tight in here. So when I put this on, I actually had a hard time finding if my thumb was in here. I honestly don't believe you even need these thumb loops, just because without it, my thumb's in there really tight as is, so it's not really a problem. I like this fast strap better than, like it's a decent material. I don't think it looks quite as nice as CCM's, but that's a minor thing, but I just want to point it out. Do like it how it has something at the end of it though. But yeah, so there's the strapping on this. Everything is kind of elastic in place. So it's pretty decent for that. And I guess we'll throw this back on really quick and I'll show you like the cuff movement. I obviously can't speak about protection because this isn't my set and I don't get to wear it on the ice. I ordered a Pro Palm with the pour on. This does not have a Pro Palm. I'm pretty sure it's just a stock glove. So probably game ready. But yeah, obviously I can't test these out on the ice. I don't get that special treatment where I get stuff before everyone else. I have to borrow it from stores. So yeah, that's like the cuff is like, you can see it opens up pretty well with you. But that's kind of the same as it was before. You don't see Poron XRD labeled on, oh, you do, I lied. You don't see it on the blocker, else I couldn't find it. So one thing people always talk about now, I find, is how it covers pucks. And I have no issues with it at all. Picking up, perfectly fine. Not a real scientific test, but people have brought it up when I've had issues in the past with certain gloves. But yeah, this one's pretty good for that. So that's about it for this glove. There's not a ton of changes here, but I do believe this cuff and this padded piece does change kind of the angle your hand sits. Maybe I can show that off really quick. So that kind of feels like it pushes off. Obviously, I'm on a bad angle for the camera, but it definitely does feel like it pushes your palm away from the cuff, where this one, it really didn't. It kind of just felt like your palm was right against the cuff. So I'm not sure if they did that for padding or if they did it for a more comfortable break angle, but the angle on this definitely feels way better. You also notice the seam is no longer on the front right here. It's on like this, wrapped all the way around. The seam's on the back, but that's about it. So I'm very impressed with this glove. I think Bauer has done a great job on their glove. Honestly, this whole set is really impressive. Now, obviously, I haven't worn on the ice, but there's a lot of features here that are pretty crazy. It's no NXG or whatever it was to 1S, but it's like the biggest gap since, and it's pretty impressive. Even the 2X was like, the 2S Pro wasn't a huge change. The 2X was from the other ones, and then this is kind of on the next one too. So I'm really impressed with this. I'll have a video talking about the Vapor comparing the two as well as having for the rest of the set. So make sure you check that out. I talked about the graphic on that one too, on like the pad video. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like this video, leave a question if you haven't, or comment if you haven't. Subscribe to me on YouTube, hit the bell icon so you get notified when I make new content. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll have like comparison pictures and stuff like that between these gloves. And I'll have like a closure video where I have a bunch of closure videos so you can see all those on there too. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and take it easy.